So today we are going to discuss two-dimensional arrays in C. The learning objectives are to understand what is two-dimensional array and its necessity, its declaration, initialization, memory representation, and then finally to write C programs on two-dimensional arrays. The session outcomes are the students will be able to understand the concept of two-dimensional array, the declaration initialization of two-dimensional array, the memory representation of two-dimensional array, and then to write simple C programs on two-dimensional arrays. So what is basically a two-dimensional array? Collection of one or more row or columns like a matrix containing identical data type is known as a two-dimensional array. And we can visualize a two-dimensional array as a matrix. The 2D array depicted next contains 2 rows and 4 columns having integer values. The name of the array is considered as mat. So this is the matrix or mat two-dimensional array. These are the column and these are the rows. Okay, we are having the values 45, 65, 78, 92, 83, 91, 60, 81 as okay. We are having the declaration of two-dimensional array. Data type, array name, rows and columns. So in square brackets separately we have to mention the rows and the number of columns. So the examples of declaring two-dimensional array. So integer, matrix 2 and 4. So here int is the data type, mat is the name of the two-dimensional array, 2 is nothing but the number of rows and 4 is nothing but the number of columns. So similarly float mat1 of 3 and 4. Then initialization of two-dimensional array. So what are the different ways to initialize the two-dimensional array? Initialization at the time of declaration. So it is same like in one-dimensional array we are having, but here only thing is we have to specify number of rows and as well as number of columns. And it is optional to specify the first dimension, but the second dimension must always be declared or it should be present. So this works only when you are declaring and initializing the array at the same time. Okay. So for example, this integer two-dimensional array and square bracket, empty square bracket and 3. So 3 columns are there, 2 rows are there. So automatically it is going to consider 2 rows. The second one is assigning the value within the program. Example, marks of 1 and 3 is equal to 45. So these are the index or the subscripts. So rows and columns. Then the third way is to read the values from the keyboard and then store them in the two-dimensional array like this. So here we are having 2 for loops, and in the first for loop I have considered I value as 0 because row is 0. So the first for loop is for the row and the second for loop is for column, and here I have considered j. So scanf %d ampersand mat of I j. And accessing the elements of two-dimensional array. So in the same way how we access the one-dimensional array, we have to use the subscripts inside the square brackets. The first subscript denotes the number of rows, the second subscript denotes number of columns. The total number of elements can be got by multiplying rows and columns. So here we can display in example shown here to display the element in the first row and second column in two-dimensional array mat. okay, shown above. So we use printf %d because it is integer type matrix or two-dimensional array mat of 0 and 1. Then coming to processing two-dimensional arrays. So how do you store the data? So we are having the two for loops and two variables I and j, and one more variable is the mat, that is two-dimension array. And after that, displaying the most importantly we have to do printf/n to display it in the matrix format. And one more difference here is, so we have to give in printf not %d but %3d to give the space between the individual elements or individual columns. So the memory representation of two-dimensional array, they are allocated in contiguous block of memory just like one-dimensional arrays, and all the elements are stored next to each other. So in this mat 2 and 4, 2 number of rows, 4 number of columns. So we are having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. In this example, it will be stored like this in memory. So the first one is row 0, then next row 1, then in the column 0 to 3. Then we see the program to demonstrate the addition of two matrices. So here I have considered mat1 as the first matrix, mat2 as the second matrix, and mat3 as the third matrix, which stores the addition of values from mat1 as well as mat2. So here we are going to enter the first matrix, then we are going to enter the second matrix here, then we are going to store the addition of two matrices and store it in the third matrix, then display the resultant matrix like this. So the output is like this. So we have to enter the elements of first matrix 12, 32, 13, 35, 54 and 35. The second matrix 57, 64, 58, 72, 84 and 29, and then it is going to add these two matrices, okay, then it will display the resultant array or resultant matrix as 69, 96, 71, 107, 138 and 64.